We know Hayley from Vampire Diaries, but I feel like we haven't really gotten to know her very well, which I'm guessing hopefully that'll change.
Yeah, I think what's really exciting now is that we have the chance to really explore Hayley's history and her past, and it's really cool that on this show I have a really rich understanding of where Hayley came from. In a lot of film and television shows, you don't know that much beyond what's written on the page. Whereas Julie's been really open about sharing Hayley's past, and she had a really troubled childhood and went through a lot that led her to make certain decisions that she's made, especially recently in what was showed on the Vampire Diaries. So I think exploring her history and her childhood is really going to make some of the things that she did make a little bit more sense.
Yeah, I always got the sense she kind of had trust issues with people.
Yes, Hayley has, which is what's so ironic about the fact that Hayley is now pregnant, is Hayley has gone through her life acting quite selfishly because she's never felt like there was anything else besides her at stake. She never had brothers and sisters or family that she had to think about. She was just thinking about herself, and she was almost on like kamikaze mission through life because if something happened to her, it was just her. Whereas now she's looking after an infant as well, so she has to think about other people besides herself.
Okay. Do you think she'll be a good mom?
I think she'll be a good mom. I hope she's a good mom.
I think she'll be good. So
we need a new handbook, like the originals handbook. I mean, I think it's very similar mythology to Vampire Diaries, but I think what's very different on this, I don't even know if this answers your question, but that it's a bit more out in the open on this show as opposed to being kind of kept in the shadows as it is on the other show and on other vampire shows and things. There's definitely, I mean, even coming from Secret Circle, I'm like, I haven't heard that spell before, and I definitely feel like I've read a lot of spells.
Yeah, you're an expert. So you've done a lot of this.
There are definitely new, especially the witchcraft, a lot of new witch things that I'm finding out.
Yeah. I'm curious what Hayley's relationship will be with Marcel, because, I mean, we don't see a lot of them together in the first episode.
Haven't met? No. I think Hayley does not want to run into Marcel, because if there's one thing Marcel does not like, it is werewolves, and especially a werewolf carrying the baby of a hybrid. So Hayley doesn't want to run into Marcel.
Okay. Is a hybrid pregnancy 9 months? Do we know?
I don't know. I don't know. I think it's however the season takes.
Right, exactly. There's a moment in the finished pilot, which people will see soon, where Elijah gives Hayley his coat. And I don't know if I was reading too much into it. I was like, I saw like a little spark between them. Is there a little spark between them?
I think that Elijah's really excited about this opportunity with Hayley. All he wants is family, and he's very protective of family. And unfortunately, the family that he has doesn't appreciate how protective and fiercely loyal he is to them. And I think he sees Hayley and this child as an opportunity to, bring maybe some of his siblings together. So, I think he, out of all the kind of originals, he's kind of the most, loyal and human almost. So I think he just feels an instant connection and protectiveness of Hayley.
Okay. Who's, I guess, Hayley's biggest antagonist? Like, who's kind of the one she kind of has to watch out for the most of everybody?
I think Klaus is probably the biggest, especially in the first episode after the pilot. She runs into Rebecca, and, without giving anything away, she sees the relationship that Klaus has with his own sister, let alone some girl that he's knocked up. So I think she's kind of thinking, I don't know if I'm even safe or this child is safe. Klaus is such a, no one knows what he's going to do. And so I think, but they both are kind of growing to look like protect each other and resent it. They're still resenting each other, but they kind of each episode they kind of go back. It's kind of this weird relationship between the two of them. But I think Hayley still thinks there's a chance that Klaus could just lose it and be like, this is too much trouble, too hard basket, get out of here.
Okay. I've heard flashbacks are going to be a big part of the show. Is Hayley a part of any of those flashbacks?
Not at the moment. I hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, Hayley, she's not a vampire, so she's obviously not going to be in any of the 1600s or whenever the flashbacks are. But I think it would be interesting to explore Hayley's childhood and her teenage years when she was when she was kicked out of foster care, and to see, you know, the first time she turned, I think that would be really interesting.
Yeah, I would love to see that.
Yeah.
How many OMG moments have you had reading the scripts that have been coming in for the show?
How many OMG moments? I have OMG moments all the time. Lots. Let me think. I mean, always, especially on a show like this, you know, it's like edge of your seat, and you're like, wait, what? And I love these shows, and I especially love, like, you know, these kind of dramatic and family drama and war and power, and it's very exciting. So yeah, a lot of OMG moments.
Okay, I cannot wait. Thank you so much.
Thank
Good
you.
to see you.
You too.